Greetings, human meat puppets. Vincent K. Evil here, and tonight I have quite the tale for you. A most bizarre and yet entrancing tale, if I do say so myself. I do expect and solicit belief. Sane would I indeed be to expect otherwise. Yet madness is my very being that I do not dream but succumb to the notion. Fiction is always in the eye of the beholder, and this beholder has many names. But don't always choose C on your multiple choice exam. Chaos always proves to be much more productive, as you are about to find out. I know how you meat puppets love your babble. Respectively, I call this one Le Chat Noir. My tale begins in a small country town in the West, with an odd old man by the name of Larry. In a small yellow house, Larry spends the day setting up a small pet bed and litter box. Larry loved animals more than most. His recent purchase was a small black cat, of which he named Phantom. Oh yes, he was a handsome cat indeed. Larry and Phantom became the best of friends.
I'm so glad I found you, Phantom. My life wouldn't be complete without you.
One day, Larry was late for work and did not have the time to give Phantom his treats.
I'm sorry, Phantom. I don't have time to fetch your treats.
The man rushed out the door, as Phantom stared in shock and disappointment. The next day, Larry and Phantom went to town for supplies. A rustic-looking man behind the counter greeted them.
What can I help you folks with this evening?
Well, we need some cat food and litter for old Phantom here.
I think we got some in the back. Let me check.
The store owner found his way to the back of the store with Phantom following close behind.
I sure hope Phantom doesn't get in the nice man's way.
A few minutes passed, and then a loud crash was heard.
What in tarnation?
Goodness, I hope everything is okay.
Larry quickly made his way to the back to see what the commotion was. When he passed through the threshold, he witnessed an odd sight. The area was a disaster. Shelves were knocked over and debris was strewn about. Through the chaos, the hand of the shopkeeper was all that could be seen poking out from the pile. Phantom was sitting beside it, purring and licking the motionless appendage.
Hang on, mister. I'll get you out of here.
Larry worked diligently to remove all the items to free the man. When he got down to the man, he realized he was not breathing.
Oh dear.
Larry tried his best to revive the man, but he was too far gone.
We've done all we can, Phantom. We should leave this to the authorities.
Larry and Phantom left the scene in a quiet, solemn manner. As Larry tried to start his car, the engine stalled and sputtered.
Goodness me!
As he got out to check the engine, he noticed a yellow fluid puddled beneath the engine bay.
It must be a coolant leak. Oh well, Phantom, it looks like we are walking from here.
As the two traveled down the street, Larry noticed a flyer on the ground.
Oh, it looks like the circus is in town. Tonight's the last night, and it's not far from here. What do you think, Phantom? You're right, Phantom. We certainly could use some levity.
The two made their way down the street towards an ominous-looking big-top tent. Circus music and the sound of a large crowd could be heard as they approached. They walked up to the ticket booth.
2, please.
The ticket master glanced at Larry and then down at Phantom. She rolled her eyes and gave Larry his tickets. Then the two walked through the crowd to find their seats. The room went dark, but the darkness is suddenly broke by a spotlight shining center stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, felines and canines, it is my greatest pleasure to present the best show on earth. That's right, folks, you're in for quite the treat. Let's get this show on the road. It is my great honor to present to you our first act.
The room went dark again, and shortly after, a spotlight revealed a single clown with sad makeup on. A single yellow tear was drawn running down his left cheek. His head was down and he wasn't moving. He raised his arms. A conductor's baton in his right hand can now be seen. A dark melody starts to play. Another spotlight came on, revealing a small mouse behind a tiny keyboard. The mouse was methodically playing as he blankly stared forward. Another spotlight illuminated a strange man with a bizarre instrument. He waited patiently for his cue from the mouse, as he did not want to be rude. When he saw it was his turn, he played a most epic tune. The room began to rumble and shake. Suddenly the floor burst apart, revealing a fiery pit. Brimstone and ammonia filled the air. A roar was heard as a monstrous form crept from the depths of the pit. A yellow tentacle beast with a toothy maw could now be seen center stage. The crowd screamed and cried out, but it was too late. The beast hungered for murder and mayhem. Larry stood there in shock as the horror ripped people in two, devouring all it could reach. When the music came to the end, all became dark and silent.
Why?
As if you don't know.
What? You can talk?
Oh yes, and you are doomed.
But why? I love you, Phantom.
Can't you guess? I'll give you a little hint. Do you remember the day you left without my treats?
Huh?
That's right. For you, it was like any other day. But for me, it was a Tuesday. It was me, Larry. I was the one who killed the shopkeeper. It was me, Larry. I was the one who killed your car. You didn't think that was coolant, did you? It was me, Larry. I was the one who summoned cosmic horrors to take over the world.
Oh dear.
Larry could now see in the distance the mass destruction being brought down upon the world. Oh dear indeed. And there you have it, folks. Another wonderful tale of world domination and the useless meat puppets that amuse me. Let this be a lesson to you. Always remember to feed your master, especially on a Tuesday.